The Pentagon. They want another 114 million on top of the 100 million they already got for diversity, equity, inclusion, and they're just not stopping. The Army is going woke if you can believe that. I got a good one for you. You're going to love this. After all the crap that's happened with the Department of Defense, the organization that defends us against enemies,
supposed to
they've now demanded an additional $114 million for the next fiscal year to fund its next wave of diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. So it's not DEI anymore. It's DEIA. And this is on top of the billions and billions and billions they're already getting, because they said that this new budget demonstrates the Department of Defense's commitment to DEIA. And what that means is they're going to have diversity, equity, and inclusion offices everywhere in the military. Okay. Now, this doubles the amount they spent this year, which was 68 million. And then they added another 86 million on top of that, because they want the military to be a diverse background of thought, experience, expertise, and education. Okay. Are you hearing this? And so
aren't we already having a problem with our military? They can't even get people to join. They're begging people to return.
Well, listen to this. People that didn't want to be in the Rainbow Club,
right?
With rainbows on their jerseys instead of the American flag on their camo wear. People that didn't want to take the virus jab, they left the military or were kicked out.
Yep.
Now there's tremendous shortages of men and women of all races, all backgrounds, all educations, because people don't want to join that club. Okay. If they want to be with the Rainbow Coalition, right, with transvestites at these weird dance shows, they can do that at the local library. They don't need to be in the Army for that, right? But the Department of Defense is not getting the message, and armies around the world have got to be laughing at us. We're not teaching our soldiers to kill and protect. We're teaching them to, I'm sorry, Will, what was your pronoun again?
Exactly. And what do you want to cut off today?
and have the Defense Department pay for it.
Exactly. That's what they're getting, a lot of people to join the military for that reason alone. And then they're penalizing military personnel that won't even go along with it. I'm like, no, that's not something I want to go along with. What do you mean you don't want to go along with it? You have to address this, sir, as ma'am. It's ma'am. It's ma'am.
Look at the person, the guy in a dress, right? That's an admiral that's in charge of all of this. It's embarrassing as a country, Will.
The U.S. military is supposed to be the most competent military, or one of the most competent militaries on the planet. We're not supposed to have sissy men, or even in this case, sissy women. They're supposed to be strong, sharp, have their wits about themselves, and stick with reality. 2 + 2 = 4. We don't deviate. We don't play those games. The U.S. military.
Keyword is deviate, because deviation, right, is out of control.
It really is. It really is. It used to be in the military, say, we don't play the games of the stupidity. We're going to go straight and up and narrow. We're going to be right here. This is what it is. This is reality. Suck it up, Buttercup. That's what you used to hear. But now it's not even, it's okay, Buttercup. What do you need a little extra butter on you? It's disgusting. I'll never forget this, Barry. My father was retired military, and one day we were listening to the radio. This was years ago. I was in a vehicle with him, and he was saying, we were listening to the radio, and they were under talking about how in the U.S. military that they have these timeout cards. See, that's when this nonsense started. They have these timeout cards, meaning that they're going through boot camp, going through training, but then they can flash the timeout card. Say, wait a minute, I just need a timeout. I need a break. You got to give me a break because I pulled my card out. So then the drill sergeant have to,
Wait,
okay,
wait, wait. Is this a joke?
no, it is not a joke.
I've
And
never heard of this.
my father, he's my complexion. He turned beet red. He was so angry. He was so angry that our military had become sissified. At the time, what do you mean a timeout card? If you're in battle, you're at war. Sorry, Hamas, I need a timeout. See, Hamas is asking for a timeout, but the Israeli soldiers couldn't ask for a timeout. You see my point? Because they'll kill them. If they say, wait a minute, I need a timeout. Oh, okay, here's your timeout. Now you got a permanent one.
Let me go on record. That's freaking crazy.
It
That
really
not,
is.
That is not teaching men and women to be war fighters, right? That's the people that come out of these universities. But don't worry, there was a safe room there. In every building, there were safe dorms, there were safe eating halls, there were safe libraries, because God forbid, and I mean that, except they don't believe in God for most of them, they firmly need the ability to get away from the stress. And
Yeah.
if you're getting shot at, Will, that can be stressful.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yep.
all the soldiers should carry timeout cards, don't you? Not.